Hello friend of friend, hello stranger. I'm really happy and excited to welcome you to another episode of the E-murging Artist. And in great fashion, as always, I had planned for something else, and it just came to me this morning that I need to talk to you about this topic today. I am so inspired by your reaction and by your interaction with the episodes and the podcast in general. So I couldn't help but think, what is it that makes me keep going? And what makes me keep going with these episodes, however stressed or overwhelmed or busy I am during the week, is that I feel that you are getting some value out of them. And I'm really, really happy to add just a little bit of help and support in your journey, because it gives me great joy, it gives me great pleasure, and it just a really nice way to fuel my creativity in my own journey as well. So thank you for being here, and thank you for helping me support you and support me in this way. It helps me tremendously if you share the podcast episodes, if you rate them, comment, like them, and if you just tell your friends about the podcast. Today, I want to talk about how to support an artist. And this topic is, of course, inspired by the wonderful week that I've had, because I shared the episode on goal setting and new beginnings. I got so many messages from you. And I just felt so much joy and so much gratitude and so much fulfillment that I wanted to make this episode in case you want to support an artist, you want to support a fellow artist, or your friends are artists and you don't kind of know what support could look like. And I want to share my experience. But if you have any comments, any additions to that, please leave them below. Let me know, and I can add on to this collective library of things that we're creating together. So let me backtrack a little bit to last week. I got 2 messages in particular that they weren't commenting on any episode, but they were just thank you messages for creating this podcast. And I was genuinely so touched by these messages, and I felt so overwhelmed by joy that it's so well received, and people felt the need and the want to actually just say thank you without mentioning anything else. And I reflected back on how many times I felt like something was great, that it gave me so much, but I didn't feel maybe the need, or I didn't have the courage or the permission to be really direct with someone and reach out and say, actually, this is great, and thank you for sharing this. And I'm not this person anymore, and I want to share with you why. So quite often in my life, I felt that I was a bit shy. I was a bit maybe even embarrassed to reach out in case someone wasn't going to reply to my message or wasn't going to see my kind of compliment or my gratitude, and they would think that I'm a bit weird for reaching out. And it started from when people started doing to me, and they even strangers, they would message me, be like, oh, I watched your performance, it was great for XYZ. And it made me feel so seen and so validated. And actually I was like, oh, so my work is being experienced and it's been received well. Or if there's any kind of feedback, I really welcome it. So I'm really interested to see what the person has to say. And so I just flipped the narrative, and I was like, this is something that I really value as an artist, so maybe I should do this more often. So I want to talk about how you can support a fellow artist or an artist friend that you have. And just getting more clear how you would like to receive support as an artist from your friends. So let's say that you work in a different industry, you're not into the performing arts industry or like the arts industry in general. What can you do to support a friend? Well, number one is, and I know it sounds very obvious, but ask your friend how they would like to be supported. Do they have any performances, any shows going on? Do they have any exhibitions? Do they have maybe a new book out? The first thing you can do is spread the word, really. We artists struggle so much with marketing and promotion. I can tell you this because we are creative people and we hold so many roles. We're our promoter, our booker, our manager, our PR person. We do a bit of everything out of necessity. But if you can help us spread the word about anything that we have currently going on, it's amazing. It's free. You can use your social media platforms. You can use, word of mouth, tell your friends, tell your colleagues. You can even pass on some flyers or put some posters up at your building, at your work, if that's something they permit. And there are so many different ways you can help us promote our shows and promote our products for free. The second thing is show up to our things. If we tell you about a show and if we tell you about like a talk maybe or a live stream, please try to be there. I know we're a very busy generation, we're very busy people and we have things going on. But if you really care about your friend, I hope that you can find a way to be there. And even more so, if you can buy your friends some tickets so you bring a little group of people to the show, because there's nothing more nerve-wracking as a performer, as an artist, from like just worrying about how many people will show up, because that directly affects our income. And when I'm performing, when I'm a project lead for something, I want to care for my team. I want to care for their well-being. I want to care for my own performance so that I'm in a right state. And I really don't want to stress about, how many seats I'm going to cover tonight so we can get our fee. So this is something you can do to actively help and support your artist friends and make sure that they're compensated for their work. So if you can get group tickets and bring your friends along to our things, our shows, our gigs, our performances, that is an amazing way to support. And in case you haven't noticed already, I want to say it again that you don't have to pay necessarily to support your artist friends. There are so many things you can do for free. It's just a matter of like making it a habit and kind of becoming aware of these things. Equally, if we're teaching a class and you want to start a new hobby, reference to episode 3, rest and hobbies, just tell your friends. Again, spread the word via your social media platforms. Tell your friends. Word of mouth is an incredible way of helping us promote our work. And the other thing is literally just check in with your friends regularly, because this industry is so competitive and the times are challenging. There's little money to be made in the arts and there's little funding going around and the pie is just so small. Check in with us and just be a listening board. Really help us find the space to talk about how we feel, to talk about the challenges, because it really helps to have allies in different industries and for our friends to understand what we're going through and how challenging it is to be in survival mode literally all the time. It's really hard, so it really helps for you to get some context of our lifestyle and our work style, and for us to be able to share and connect with people from different lifestyles, from different life experiences. If you're an artist like me, don't be shy. Tell your friends what support you need and how they can support you. Honestly, there's nothing wrong with asking for help or asking for support in something. And it's taking me a very long time to realize it and to kind of overcome my own limiting beliefs and my own fears about this. Something about like, oh, I'm not that strong if I'm asking for help, or if I put on the facade that everything is fine, everything is under control, and like I am succeeding in what I've said I will succeed in. I realize the more I share, the more vulnerable and honest I am about what's going on, the more support I get, because I open myself up to the opportunity. I give myself permission to be supported, and that's really, really important, and that's really vital in such a fast-paced and such a demanding industry. I have a wonderful group of friends that are there in every show that I've done, in every situation, in every like underground experimental shit that I've done. They're there. I really appreciate you. I love you, and you are my family. I literally cannot think of my artistic journey without you, and I'm sure you have friends like that too. They don't ask questions, and I am taking them more and more through the creative process as well. And they now know the lingo just as much. I am beginning to understand the corporate lingo, which is really cool. So it's really nice to be able to take someone on the entire journey. And if you feel comfortable with your friends, which you should, because why are you friends otherwise? Really trust them with your creative process as well. And I believe that the more we do this, the more we take people into the entire journey, the more they will understand the pain and the effort and the value of the arts, what it means to put on a show, how much sacrifice and how much effort, but also how much joy and how much pleasure and how much fulfillment you get out of it. So make more friends, make more allies, and allow them to support you in any way you see fit for your work, for your personality, for your entire well-being. I know this episode has been a little bit chaotic, and it's because I feel really passionate about this topic, and I feel quite emotional talking about support as an artist, because it comes from a place of vulnerability, and it comes from a place of love and a joy about what we do. So support an artist friend today. Spread the word about their work for free to your friends via sharing on social media. Get tickets to their shows or exhibitions or lessons or classes. And if you're an artist, define what support means to you and go get it. Thank you so much, and thank you for these messages and for inspiring today's video. I will see you in the next one.